Hey there guys, welcome to Dino's Vault once again. Today I'm here at KTM Begumpet, Hyderabad at the invite of my good friend and well-wisher Mr. Ramesh to give you guys the first look walk-around video of the 2017 KTM RC200. You can get in touch with Ramesh and his team by calling the numbers appearing on the screen currently to know the exact on-road price, the booking details and even the delivery details of the all-new 2017 RC lineup. Now without wasting any further time, let's dive straight into our walk-around review. Now let me quickly run you through the upgrades and updates that the new 2017 RC200 gets. We all know that the RC390 gets some significant and noteworthy changes like ride-by-wire throttle, a new side mount exhaust, larger 320mm front disc, etc. Sadly, the bike hasn't arrived here yet in Hyderabad, but be rest assured that I'll bring you the first look walk-around video of the 2017 RC390 as soon as it arrives here. Now first let's look at the significant changes that we get for the 2017 RC200. First of all, the RC200 now comes with a BS4 compliant engine, which means it is now more environment friendly with reduced emissions. Secondly, we get this all new white and orange glossy paint scheme with a few black accents here and there. It sure does look a lot more attractive and striking when compared to the matte black variant that was available earlier, which in my opinion was a lot more stealthy in appearance. Now this new paint scheme will attract a lot more attention on the streets as you zip across the city on your mean machine. Also, the RC390's new paint scheme is UV resistant, which means the paint shields itself from the harmful effects of ultraviolet radiation when out under the sun. Now I'm hoping that the RC200 also gets a UV resistant paint scheme. However, you can clarify and confirm that by calling the aforementioned numbers in this video. Next, I also like the new RC200 decals now found on the tail section just below the concealed grab bars. They really look cool in my opinion. Also, I like the black accents now found on the fuel tank. All in all, I can assure you that though the overall design silhouette remains the same, the new paint scheme and the more attractive decal work has managed to lend this bike a fresh new look. Secondly, another noteworthy upgrade that I noted on the bike are the seats. The rider seat, as you can see here, is now thicker to offer more comfort. Even the pillion seat now comes with extra padding of around 12mm to offer a more comfortable ride. Also, the rider seat gets a textured pattern now, which I believe will prevent the rider from slipping down the seat to some extent when he hits the brakes. Thirdly, as you can see here, the rear monoshock now comes completely covered to prevent dust accumulation from the dirt thrown in by the rear tire, which is again a good thing. Also, I believe the rear view mirrors now offer a wider field of view when compared to the preceding model. Well, that's it for the upgrades on this new model. Nothing else changes. Everything else remains pretty much the same. The bike continues to come with AHO or always headlamp on function, and it doesn't get the light switch as you can see here. This means the headlamp turns on in low beam mode the moment you start the bike. You can, however, switch between low beam and high beam with a control switch on the left side. Apart from this, the bike continues to come with MRF Rev Z C1 tires, the new tread pattern tires that it got updated with last year. Sadly, ABS still isn't available even as an option, and I hope KTM plan on including it at least as an option if feasible in the coming upgrades. Also, pricing wise, the new 2017 RC200 now comes priced at Rs 1.71 lakhs ex-showroom Delhi. For Hyderabad, the price may be dearer by around 3k, and you can get the exact Hyderabad on-road price details by calling the aforementioned numbers in this video. Now, the RC twins from KTM have turned out to be a revelation in the entry-level supersport category. Especially the RC200 has indeed become an all-new benchmark in its segment and serves as the ideal bike if you're looking to step into the supersport biking culture. No doubt the R15 was and is still an outstanding bike, but the bar of expectation has been raised so high by the RC200 that no other bike in and around its price range comes even close to matching its pure and true to the spirit track-focused riding dynamics. The RC200's monster engine comes with an appetite for unending power and limitless speed, and in the process brings along loads of thrill and adrenaline rush with it. The brilliant chassis along with the light alloy swing arm and the WP shocks offer extreme torsional rigidity and amazing tracking stability. Perfectly complementing this is the increased steering head angle, the shorter wheelbase and the increased ground clearance, which enable you to cut through the corners like a hot knife through butter. The aerodynamic styling and the sharpshooter bodywork enables the bike to cut through the air like a sharpened arrow. The windshield up front is well angled and effectively laid out to offer adequate wind protection when you hit the empty straights. The twin projector headlamps too are very effective in providing great light spread at night. Coming to the profile, the new paint scheme really looks a lot more eye-catchy than the outgoing matte finish paint job. The exposed trellis frame painted in orange along with the orange wheels instill every ounce of orange venom into your veins. The underbelly exhaust is carried forward from the preceding model and looks pretty cool. This aids in the bike's mass centralization concept. The tail section is lifted up to aid in aerodynamics, and the tail lamp cluster along with the 3 LED strips looks gorgeous when it lights up. The clip-on handlebars are positioned perfectly, and this along with the rear set rider foot pegs offer a pure super sport riding stance. Taking a look at the switchgear, we do get the high beam flasher as well as the engine kill switch. Now taking a look at the instrument console, it's the same as before, offering loads of information like the speedometer, tachometer, odometer, trip meters, gear position indicator, fuel gauge, clock and a whole lot more. Taking a look at the engine specs, we get the same 199.5cc engine that puts out a max power of 25 PS at 10,000 RPM and 19.2 Newton meters of torque at 8,000 RPM. Now this comes mated to the super slick 6-speed gearbox. I'll be bringing you guys my first ride review as soon as the test ride bikes arrive here in Hyderabad. Now looking at the brakes, we do get the large 300mm disc brake with 4-piston radially bolted calipers up front and a 230mm disc brake with single piston floating caliper at the back. Now looking at the suspension that comes from WP, we get the chunky 43mm upside down forks up front and a monoshock at the rear. The suspension setup is rigid and stiff to offer superior performance on the track. Talking about the wheels and tires, we get 17-inch wheels with tubeless tires. We get a 110/70 tire up front and a 150/60 tire at the back. Other noteworthy specs of the RC200 include a ground clearance of 178.5 mm, which is more than sufficient for our Indian road conditions. Seat height is 820 mm, which I believe is okay for average height riders of around 5 feet 5 inches and above. Fuel tank capacity remains the same at 9.5 liters. The bike weighs in at 154 kgs wet, and mileage wise you can expect around 30 kmpl from this bike. Well, that's about it for now. I just hope you found this video useful. Until next time, this is Dino saying ciao, take care, God bless and ride safe.